there, so today I'm bringing you a video entitled 5 things that new artists sometimes, often, not that often kind of make. That's not the title, but you know, you can see it in the below. Basically, I'm just going to be talking about 5 things that artists, when they're first starting out, can sometimes make and ways to resolve them. This video is sponsored by Graphic Stock, who are providing me with a huge library of resources to give to you guys for free for a week. And I'll talk a little bit about them later on, but I hope this video really helps you out, whether you're starting out or you're an older artist. Fingers crossed that it helps. Number 1, artists who don't seek outside help and don't kind of look for outside resources when they're trying to teach themselves. As you probably know, because I do talk about it quite frequently because I feel like I need to explain, I'm self-taught, so everything I know I've taught myself. I didn't go to art school to learn like the correct way to learn things, but I feel like in a lot of areas of art there's no correct right or wrong way to do things. I think that art is very subjective. You've got Picasso on one hand and then you've got Da Vinci. For me, I have been drawing for about 7.5 years, and for 7 solid years I did digital art and copied from references, because for me art was just a fun thing I did every now and again, every few months, because I love to kind of draw characters and people from my favourite TV shows and films. I just really enjoyed doing that, and it was just a fun hobby for me. So this year it kind of dawned on me, you know what, I actually want to create something original, some sort of original characters of my own. And because I'd focused so much on referenced work, I wasn't 100% sure how to even begin to learn the structure of a face in regards to more cartoon stylized pieces. So 6 months ago I decided that this year I wanted to focus more on creating my own characters. I've gotten to a point where I'm pretty happy with my work, but there's not much more I can do without using outside resources. I purchased a book recently, which will hopefully be here in a few days, that I really hope will help me, because I think when it comes to kind of trying to learn about character design, you've really got to learn the basics and fundamentals, which I feel is something you can't teach yourself. Even with practice, you've kind of got to just learn the fundamentals. That being said, a book can only teach you so much. I think it's really, really important that you practice yourself. Reading isn't going to make you better at art. It's going to teach you things, but you're not going to be able to apply those unless you're actually doing it yourself. It's great to get a handle on how bodies and limbs and faces and that express. And for this, I like to use reference photos from Graphic Stock. Graphic Stock has over 350,000 photos, illustrations, graphics, vectors, things like that. And because they have such a huge library of photos, you're never kind of limited to what you can draw. I've recently been drawing like really rough sketches of ballerinas because I kind of like, they're so graceful, and like the arms and the legs, and just like they're so graceful, and I just find it helpful to kind of learn the way they move. And because Graphic Stock has like such a huge collection of them, I've got loads of them saved in my profile, and they're just really, really good. Colour palettes are also something I find really useful on Graphic Stock, because with all their photos they have like a colour palette of what's like used in the photo. For me, I tend to always like to use green, blue and purple together, and as pretty as those colours are, sometimes you want something a bit different. So yeah, they're really helpful for that. Number 2 mistake that artists make is not connecting with other artists and kind of expecting people to come to them and not vice versa. A lot of young and new artists especially follow big artists and artists they admire, and that's so important to do that, by the way. But they kind of get discouraged if those artists don't follow them back or don't reply to them. And I am by no means big on Instagram at all. But even with me, with the limited amount of people that I have following me in comparison to, say, Siren, I often lose notifications because they're all, the way notifications work on Instagram, it's so bad that they kind of disappear after a while. And yeah, just try to get discouraged with that. But my point here is, try to connect with people of a similar following level to you, so that you can kind of connect with each other and then get to know each other and grow with one another. I have a lot of artsy friends who I've seen blossom and grow over the past year, and I'm so incredibly proud of them for it. And it's just so rewarding because it's a great way to network as well, and you do not want to expect people are going to come to you. You've got to make the effort. Building a following is not easy, so you've really got to make the effort to, you know, search the hashtags, use the hashtags, not give up. Also, do not keep asking people to follow you. I get people on my videos commenting all the time, please come follow me on Instagram, everybody. Hey everybody, come visit my YouTube channel. It's rude, to be honest, to do that, and I have never done that to anybody before, and I've managed to grow somewhat of a following, say on Instagram and on YouTube, and I've never had to do that. It's quantity, it's quality over quantity. You don't want to have 1,000 followers and 2 people that recognise your videos or your photos or your drawings. It's important to have quality of people that will want to follow you, not that forcibly are made to follow you, if that makes sense. Number 3, not understanding copyright. And I don't mean, oh, don't draw Disney art and sell it, because obviously that's pretty obvious. Disney especially, if you're drawing their work and selling it, you're going to get in trouble. Some people manage to get away with this, I don't know how. It's just not worth it, and you don't want to be penalised or sued or any of that stuff. But what I'm referring to here is when you are drawing from a reference. Say you like, okay, I want to draw a ballerina from Google ballerina, and you can do that for practice, and that's great. But if you're using that exact pose in a picture you're going to be selling, you can get in trouble because, for example, a photographer that I absolutely love is called Rosie Hardy. She makes the most incredible photos and they're amazing. And I'm sure she would have absolutely no trouble with me using her photos as references for like practicing and having fun with. But if I then said, right, I'm going to sell this now, I'm sure she'd be very upset. Because you're basically selling something that's not yours. You've drawn it, sure, but what you're drawing from does not belong to you, so you can get in trouble. This is why places like Graphic Stock are so important, because their photos are royalty free, meaning that you've got like unlimited downloads of these royalty free photos, and you're not going to get in trouble or have to worry about using images off Google. And if you eventually want to kind of sell things you've made that are in certain poses or in certain lights or in certain colours, you don't have to worry about the image that you've or the images you've kind of put together to make that piece. It's not something you have to be concerned with. Number 4, not using references. This is a big one. A lot of people say to me, Chloe, is it cheating if I use a reference? Is it okay to use a reference? Am I being bad for using a reference? Someone actually even said to me, using a reference is like tracing. Using a reference is incredibly important to learning how things just kind of work as a whole. If you can, sure, it's great to be able to study the world around you and draw from the world around you, but not everyone has, you know, oh, draw your cat. Great, I don't have a cat. I need a photo to draw from, to draw the cat, to learn how cats work. I don't have that luxury. I like to be in my room. I don't want to go to a modelling class to try and copy a form. As great as that would be, I'm sure, it doesn't interest me. I would rather be at home in the comfort of my comfort zone and draw from a reference photo, and it's the next best thing because you're kind of learning the way things move, things work. And references are also great for learning shadows, perspective, proportions, lighting, highlights, sort of the 3D effect, the way you blend things. This is what I've learned just through several years of using reference photos, and I honestly cannot stress, excuse me, I cannot stress high enough how important it is to use a reference photo in your work. So don't feel you're cheating by using it. It's just going to help you improve. Number 5, getting overwhelmed and trying to master everything at once. This is something I've kind of fallen prey to a little bit recently because obviously I spent so long using digital art, solely digital art, for like 7 years, that when it came to using acrylics, I was like, I actually don't know. To be fair though, a lot of the blending properties are similar in a way. So obviously once you've got the experience with one thing, it's going to lead on to other things as well. So about a year ago, probably a little bit longer than a year ago, I started working with acrylics and I really enjoyed it. Then I went on to watercolors. I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, I really want to start making like original work and characters and I want to focus on this. I really want to give oils a try because I've never worked with oils, but it makes me a bit nervous, but definitely going to give that a go. It's just very easy to fall prey to the fact that you're like, oh gosh, I should be knowing this. I'm at this point, I've been doing it for so long, I should know this, I should know this, I should know this. I didn't even know up until not even a year ago that you're supposed to stretch watercolour paper. I just thought you buy watercolour paper, you paint on it, done. No, it warps and it's a nightmare and it's like, what the heck? Apparently you're not supposed to use graphite under Copics either. I didn't know that until a few months ago. So there we go. Camera died. Brilliant. Sorry about that. But sometimes it feels like everyone knows more than me. But it's not that. It's just that we all learn different things at different times. And it's just important to remember that. It's just that, you know, we all learn things at different paces. And that's fine. We discover things when we do them. You know? So yes, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it helped you out. Let me know if you can think of anything that I may have missed that new artists tend to do. And definitely do go check out Graphic Stock as well. I've left the 7-week free trial in the description below so you can kind of check it out, see if it's anything you're interested in. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care of yourselves and I will see you in the next video.